Let's talk about the social cost of state capture and the damage that looting has caused for South African society.
We may never really finally know the true and the real costs to our country of state capture.
In January this year, President Cyril Ramaphosa had stated that the most devastating effect of state capture and corruption was a loss of confidence that many have had in government.
Mina okungizwisa ubuhlungu sila South Africa unyaka wonke bangezi kithi bazosichazela njenge government ukuthi fine amagupta kwenzile la akwenzile ahambile yeveli umuntu kuthulile alikho ithembe likhona esikwaziyo ukuthi thina sakwafa umphathi wethu.
Despite dwindling hope, the Zondo Commission presented a glimmer of hope that those responsible for state capture would be brought to book.
Repeat, we want and need and demand that the Zondo Commission be our voice, hold them accountable, and we want transparency in your findings. Feed it back to us. We can't wait to hear a victorious outcome to this.
Chief Justice Zondo, who led the commission, promised South Africans that he would leave no stone unturned in his efforts to get to the bottom of the rot of government.
I will investigate anybody and everybody, no matter who he or she is.
With the commission now done with its work, no one really knows what the true cost of state capture is. The president had stated that the cost of state capture during Zuma's 9 wasted years was more than $30 billion. Some in government have a different take.
Well, corruption and state capture cost the economy 27 billion rand a year.
And as many as 100,000 jobs.
That's according to the Trade and Industry Minister, Ibrahim Patel.
In 2016, a community in Limpopo took matters into their own hands. Faced with the reality of unemployment and a government that was failing to provide textbooks for their children, they took to the streets to raise money for these textbooks. Mind you, these textbooks were already paid for by the government. An early sign of state capture.
I just think that those who were delivering those textbooks or those who were not delivering those 2 textbooks after having given a tender, they were capturing the state.
Their battle for textbooks had begun long before 2016, 2012 in fact. In 2016, they still did not have any textbooks. When they did get textbooks, they were old and of an out-of-date curriculum.
And that surprised and shocked us.
It shocked me and has also made me quite angry that we've reached this stage of dysfunctionality.
Even when parents opted to enroll their children in private schools, state capture throws hurdles their way. This was evidence for parents who became victims of the dodgy business dealings of the Gupta brothers.
Umfana wami wokuqala use Witbank ku private school abefundela ukuba yidoctor. Kwangishaya ke lapho ngesimo semali njengoba abuye la khaya. Impilo seyinzima seyize ibona nabantwana ukuthi kunzima manje. Ngesizathu sokuthi nasesikolweni sebakhona ukuhamba ngomoya.
Despite the voices of ordinary people being sidelined by the commission, there is still hope that the findings brought by the commission would be used to guarantee our constitutional rights.
This commission is costing billions of rands. Make it count so that we can recover the money that needs to be spent on housing and food and jobs and create the South Africa that we deserve to live in. Please, Judge Zondo, do it and do it fast.